So after the trailers of Soul gave me too high of expectations for the movie, I vowed to not watch any trailers for the new Pixar movie, Luca, and that's exactly what I did. I basically went into this movie blind. I knew little to nothing about it prior to watching it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anything about this movie, which I think is really awesome. In fact, I don't even think I know the names of the characters. And what do you know, my refusal to watch the trailers paid off because this movie is pretty awesome. It starts out a little slow, but once the characters get to a certain place, things start to get a little more interesting. Since I didn't watch the trailers, I was totally not expecting the LGBT analogy that was revealed in the freaking teaser trailer. Are you kidding me? That's literally the most impactful part of the movie and you just gave it away. It hit me pretty hard because up until the point where they made it remarkably obvious, the movie was just a very lighthearted and fun little adventure with very low stakes. But once that element was added, it got a lot more serious and gave a lot of insightful commentary on the situation that isn't just helpful to kids, but to homophobic adults. The characters are sweet, the art style is pretty cool, but let's be honest, if you've watched Sony Pictures anytime recently, you've seen better. Overall, it's a really cute and surprisingly heavy movie with a great message. To elaborate more, I need to go into spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, now's the chance to go watch it on Disney+. So like I said before, the very beginning where Luca and Alberto are on the island goes on for maybe just a little too long in my opinion. After the first 15 minutes, you can get a good understanding of what the characters are gonna do, but they stay on the island for like 15 minutes more. They don't even leave until Luca escapes because he doesn't want to go to the deep sea, but I feel like they already had a reason to escape the island before, so I don't really know how necessary this is. Or maybe I'm just being nitpicky because this honestly doesn't matter too much. But if I'm gonna be rewatching scenes from this movie, I'm definitely gonna skip the first half hour. Once they arrive at Porto Rosso, the plot turns into Alberto and Luca trying to buy a Vespa while trying not to get forced out of the closet. It stays lighthearted and the stakes seem pretty low since the movie doesn't have a super serious tone, which honestly I think fits the message of the movie, but it still feels like there's something missing at this point. Maybe it has to do with the utter lack of comedy in this movie. Oh wait, never mind, because Sheen from Jimmy Neutron is in this movie and he is a piece of garbage.
Yo, why is this dude who's over 16 years old bullying this 9-year-old girl? Like, go get a life, dude.
But his mere presence is probably the funniest thing in the movie. I will admit that it's very possible that I'm just extremely gullible, but I didn't realize that this movie was gonna be about coming out until this point. But once this analogy hit me, everything started to get way better. Alberto reveals himself to be a sea monster, and instead of Luca being there by his side, he gives in to the humans' fear of sea monsters and forces him back onto the island. At first I thought this was a pretty evil thing for Luca to do, but honestly, in a situation like this where the town they live in is very sea monster phobic, it makes sense that he would react this way, even though he clearly doesn't want to. There comes a point near the end of the movie where they start to ditch the sea monster concept entirely, and it leaves for some very real world commentary on accepting different sexualities.
Some people, they'll never accept him, but some will, and he seems to know how to find the good ones.
And I think it works pretty well considering that most adults watching this movie have picked up on what's actually going on at this point. I mean, they made it pretty obvious.
We're not afraid of you.
No, but we're afraid of you. Everyone is horrified.
And for the kids, it's just a movie about accepting people who are different from you. There's a part at the very end of the movie where Alberto tells Luca, "You got me off the island," and it was at this very moment that I realized what that actually meant, and it almost broke me.
You got me off the island, Luca.
Off the island? Oh my god, that's their... Oh, I just realized. That's their way of saying out of the closet. Dude.
No idea.
I think it has a very accurate open book ending to it. Luca's most likely gonna go to school with Julia and the homophobic kids, and the sea monster phobic kids are gonna make fun of him for being himself. And unfortunately, that's the ugly reality of life. There's always gonna be someone out there who's not willing to accept you, but that doesn't mean it's worth hiding who you are so you can befriend those pieces of garbage. Just ditch them, you don't need them. I think this is a very good representation of the LGBT community, but who knows, I could be totally wrong. I'm just some straight dude who enjoys Pixar movies. But I think we can all agree that this is a much better way of doing it than announcing that Pixar's first open lesbian character is going to be in a movie a week before it comes out, and the character ends up being in the movie for a grand total of 3 minutes and is only openly lesbian because she says she has a girlfriend. Yep, Good job, Disney, you just ticked off both sides of the aisle. But now that a new Pixar movie is behind us, it's time to throw it into my Pixar ranked list. A lot of people are saying that this is a mid-tier Pixar movie, which I do sort of agree with, but they say it as if it's a negative thing, which I don't understand. Unless Pixar makes a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, a new Pixar movie is probably not going to break the top 5 or even the top 10. Mid-tier Pixar movies are still like 8 out of 10 movies at least. So that being said, Luca ranks at the number 13 spot in between Onward and Toy Story 4. Yes, I switched up their order. Toy Story 4 is better than Onward now. Don't question it. I'm giving this movie a decent to strong 8. I'm really curious to see their next few movies. In March of next year, Pixar is going to release Turning Red, followed by Lightyear over the summer. Both movies seem pretty interesting, so I think it's safe to say that Pixar's headed in a good direction. Oh wait, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I've got a lot more Pixar videos for you to watch. I'll see ya in Radiator Springs.